I just thought the second I heard of it, what an amazing and once-in-a-lifetime opportunity this would be.
You are there to learn. You teach them things, they teach you things. It's really an exchange.
New culture, new perspectives, gaining that to grow not just personally but also professionally as a future educator.
Got off the bus and all of the kids were like standing outside and they had like a sign that was like welcome and they were all singing, and I remember like it almost brought tears for me, and it was just the first day.
We walked in and there were chairs and the kids were singing and dancing and playing games with us.
It was on a Saturday, the kids didn't even have school.
Dr. Beckford has a very dear friend over there, Pastor John.
He has built incredible relationships with people in Tanzania. He is thought of very fondly there as he is here. His heart for doing good and doing right by Tanzania is incredible.
We brought 40 hockey bags full of school supplies.
We were at the airport and our bags were too heavy, and we were just shuffling everything around, putting them in different bags, repacking everything.
All of our buses were like bungeed, like the bags on top of all the buses bungeed. We were like smushed up against walls because of all the bags that were in the bus.
They were just so grateful that we brought that stuff for them, and I'm so glad that we did, because just to see how happy they were was just so amazing.
Even the private schools there kind of humbled us all, like makes us think maybe having 30 kids in a class isn't so bad.
I remember walking into one of the classrooms and there was probably upwards of 100 students in one classroom, and there was one teacher.
Seeing what a teacher in Tanzania has to do within a day, they're serving breakfast, they are teaching lessons, they're handwriting, anything that they'd have to give the kids.
The kids had booklets, and every day they would write out the worksheet for every kid. So like they'd have to write out like 50 worksheets, and it took us like quite a while to do it.
I just sat there thinking she has to do this every single day for upwards of 30 students.
We stayed up, like all 30 of us, like in the hotel, we were on the floor in the hotel, like making these posters about like clothes and like vegetables and like utensils, and they just used things that they could make to put up in the class.
You just kind of roll with it. I think that's also what the trip teaches you, is really to just roll with whatever happens. Like, you don't have so many supplies, and you're kind of just like making things up as you go and like trying to like pivot. And I think that's really important.
The resources that you would normally use in a classroom here is like, you don't necessarily need all those things to have meaningful learning experiences with students.
Even just like ESL, like that kind of thing as a teacher, like understanding and like gaining that kind of thing. Like, you're communicating with people who English, like they speak a lot of English there, but it is like a second language kind of thing. So connecting with your students is the most important part. Like, being able to understand where people are coming from. Like, I think that is something that the trip really teaches you how to do. As an educator starting at the beginning of my career, having an experience like that is unforgettable, and it's so valuable.
All of the teachers were walking around taking pictures of the activities we're doing, which is really heartwarming.
They were so interested to learn what our education system was like, so showing them like pictures of our classrooms, the types of things that we go over with our students.
They weren't just learning from us, like it was a complete reciprocal learning experience. We learned a lot of activities to bring back here and a lot of lessons also.
Being able to be in those settings, even just as an observer or a listener, was such a valuable experience to bring back to Canada to my future career as a teacher.
I think the Girls Leadership and Empowerment Program was probably one of the monumental moments of that trip, just seeing like all of the girls interact with the students that went on the trip.
Our goal was really to just have the girls be empowered by it and gain confidence and not be scared or shy.
They were super shy at the beginning, and then we would start to talk about like our experiences with our periods, and we'd be like, yeah, like mine is 5 days, and like them seeing us being so confident about it would help them also want to be confident about it. So I think it was really helpful to see us.
The information is just not given to them. Like, even the teachers, we were really educating them on this subject. It's just not, again, like it's a taboo subject.
I had the opportunity to talk to some of the teachers after talking about topics like these, and
as much as the girls were learning, and that's what we're there for, to empower these girls and bring them up, the teachers are learning just as much. And they are breaking down preconceived things that they've thought and believed their whole lives.
Hopefully they take it back to their moms, their sisters, their cousins, their aunts.
That is how you gradually impact or make change through that domino effect.
At the end of every single day with the program, we had a Q&A session for anonymous questions and answers. And on the last day, there were so many papers that were thanking us for what they learned and telling us that they're going to pass the knowledge on to other girls in their schools.
The safari was just amazing. We were all together in a truck. We saw an elephant and it was pretty close. We were really excited and we started taking pictures.
And it turned towards the safari car and it just like stared at them.
And then the elephant starts coming towards us. And we're getting a little bit scared but not thinking anything of it. And the guide is telling us, nobody move, nobody make a sound, nothing.
And then it turned and kept walking.
And he told us afterwards, he said, that doesn't usually happen. Nobody ever really gets that close to the elephant.
We went in knowing that we were going to experience things. I don't think any of us could have ever imagined the magnitude of what we experienced.
Every single time that I go and come back, I just feel so much more educated and understanding.
Honestly, words don't even describe it half the time. I came home and I tried explaining everything to my parents and my friends. I was like, you just had to be there. Like, it was such an incredible experience from day one to like leaving, and even now, like the impact that it has still on me. Like, as much as I planned to go there and teach them, they taught me so much as well, and I take that with me every single day of my life, and I couldn't be more thankful to have gone on this trip.
Even I remember saying goodbye on the last day of the Girls Leadership and Empowerment Program. Everybody was in tears, crying, us and the girls and the teachers. We just didn't want to say goodbye or let go of one another, and we just wanted to keep dancing and keep spending time with one another.
We were all going through it together, and there was a lot of tears from everyone, and it was nice, like, you know, you could just, like, the person next to you could just hug. Just to have everyone's support was really special.
To be able to lean on one another and share that together, I think, is a bond that I'll remember forever, and I think that just made the experience that much better than it already was.